Hello and welcome to Aska. So, we managed to make it through an invasion. The only trouble is we do lose somebody, and I'm not quite sure what it was they were doing before. I think they were one of our hunters. I mean, I've checked the barracks. If memory serves, there's 3 people in there. And there are 3 people in there. So I did have a militia. And I suspect I had 2 hunters as well, and one of them is no more. So I think that's what I need to do, is get somebody added into here to replace them. It's a bit of a shame that... yeah, I'm not seeing... Let's have a look. Is Frederick the one, I think? Yeah, Frederick's a retired bowman, so I think he says he's a good archer, so I think probably I want to sign him. Only trouble is... yeah, they're not a nighttime person, so that's alright. So Frederick's a nighttime person, not a nighttime person, neither's Jasper, so that's okay. So I think that fills that gap. So I'm going to have to get back on the recruitment bandwagon again. So let's just go and get some water here. But what I think went wrong was that although we've got walls, we kind of like drifted, if you will. The plan the plan was, I've got 2 barracks here, so I wanted to fight them on this little area patch of ground here. The trouble is they started coming in from the side, and people started to drift outwards in this direction, so the majority stayed back there, or probably went back to bed, quite frankly. There's a few of us drifted out to here, and we were getting goaded by basically archers, as far as I recall. So the trouble is, if there's an archer starts taking pot shots at you, you're going to go and chase them, and then the next thing you know, there's another one, so you see something else, you start chasing them, and yeah, we kind of like drifted, and it got to the point where I didn't have much like health left. If you die, you can respawn, but you lose some of your XP and your skills. Wasn't overly enthusiastic about the alternative option, which is to actually take somebody's soul, if you will. I mean, that's an option. So I thought, well, yeah, I better get out. I was kind of hoping they would like realise it's like, well, I haven't got much health left, and I'll leave, because I thought they were an archer of some sorts, because they seem to be using a bow. Oh, wood sickles, I need another. Oh, what are you? Right. So that's broken. So yeah, so I was kind of banking on them like leaving as well and retreating, but they didn't. So I think what I need to do is to try and extend that wall out and try and improve the funneling, basically. I mean, we've got a like little fishing community that I'm building over here, but I'm gonna leave that until the spring before I bring that into play. I think that's probably a better strategy, because you need food. I mean, the idea is people that live down there, they should do better. Now let's see. So I think, so I've still got that. So what was I using then? There's a pickaxe. Ah, I don't have a knife, do I? I'll use that one. I mean, oh no, do I have a knife? What have I taught? There's a knife there. So what was I using then? You either use a pickaxe to smash up ones at the stone, or you cut them open, or you smash them. That's about to wear out, so I'll grab that. I'll grab that anyway, because that's about to wear out as well. Not sure what that was about. Anyway, yeah, I think I might extend that wall out, because I think that was part of the problem, because there was just a leak where we were leaking out the sides, so to speak. if I can keep them all funneled in that one area, or at a good distance, that might have gone better. I mean, they will get better once they get better, like gear, once they get better weapons, better armor, you can survive on. There's one. So for now, I'm just going to do a bit of tidying, because we're in the winter. There's not a great deal goes on in the winter time anyway, because you just keep running backwards and forwards to the base to warm up. Can't really grow any crops as such. Can't go out gathering anything. So I'm just going to clear this up. But I think, yeah, that's what I might do is... I think just suddenly slowed down. If I extend that wall out, it might make things go a bit better. I think. Not certain, but I think. So that's the plan. We'll extend the wall out to the right. And I'm going to break the wall on this side, and I think I'm going to make a kind of a tunnel. That might be better. So you basically funnel them into here, into that area there where the fighting goes on, and then there's less likelihood of people then going outside like we did, and then start chasing down those miscreants that we had to deal with. I'm just going to keep smashing these up. Hopefully I'll get more of these blue little stones. There's nothing there. What have you got? Have you got anything useful for me? But I suppose what I should do, I mean, I think the actual builders probably haven't got much to do, so what I'm going to do is head back up here and see if I can get some more work done on the wall. Because if I can leave them at least with that to do, it's something. Because I don't want them wandering out too far, because, yeah, it's extremely cold and it's, well, things happen apparently if you venture out and can't warm yourself up. And it's not particularly good things, I can say that. So I've already lost one person, so I'd rather not lose more of them due to the cold, which actually makes me wonder about the one doing the fishing at the minute. Hopefully she's alright. Because if she's got to do a lot of wandering, that could be a problem. I'll give them that to do. And we'll get them to work on... Frankly, it's getting cold already. Right. Get them to work on a little section over here. Yeah, I quite like being able to do that rotation, because I think that's probably more likely to straighten things up, because there's going to be a limitation as to the angle that you can pick. So I think I'm more likely to get a straight line if I deliberately do that. And, you know, you basically put down your starting point, then you put down the end point, and then you just rotate it a bit until it looks straighter. Right, let's go and warm up by the fire. Actually, I could do with some food. I don't think I've got any on me, have I? Oh, tell you what. Seeing as I'm going to be waiting around, let's go and summon somebody. See, so you're a hydration expert. So again, that could be good for the farming. Okay. Stout constitution. Let's go with Callie. Try him and see what he's like. Because I must admit, that's an interesting little feature that they give you, where you get to see some of the perks, but you don't necessarily know what others they've got. So you could get some, I mean, you get negative perks and positive ones. And yeah, you just don't know what some of the other ones are going to be. Because it's, the way I play it, I like to have a mixture of people who work during the day and people who work at night. certain jobs, for instance, that you've got to keep them going 24/7. Like when they're making iron, for example. It's not as bad now, but you can still end up with what's called slag during the process of when they're creating the bloom. So they're taking the iron ore and they turn that into bloom, I think it is. Have I got anything to deposit? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. So that can go wrong, and it ends up just being written off as a bit of slag, that can happen if you've got somebody who's like working during the day, for instance. Doesn't get the work done, doesn't get finished, so it just gets written off. So it's a waste of resources, and as far as I'm aware, the mines do actually run out of resources. And there's only so many caves, I would have thought, on the map. So you could literally get to a point, because there's no like end point in the game as such. What you can do is there's various like bosses, if you will, dotted around the map that you can take on. And they'll give you access to various perks through buffs that you can get through praying. So it makes sense to take those on, but even if you defeat the top one, the game doesn't end. Still carries on going. So it's leaves you kind of like scratching your head, thinking, well, okay, well, what's the goal here? What am I supposed to achieve? I'm going to take a wander around in this direction, because I was thinking about towers. Because when things went kind of pear-shaped for us, it was out here. But what I'm thinking, I was thinking, oh well, if we'd had towers up here, it could have gone better. But what I'm now thinking is just funnel them into a kind of a tunnel, if you will. Build a sort of a tunnel area. I mean, I might actually... Yeah, I don't want to flatten this too much because we've got a water well there. So I might, for the sake of that well, I might just leave this as a bit of a flat area. That could be something, because then I could get a tower up. If I put a tower in the corner, just to take pot shots at things. But we have a kind of a tunnel back there. So if you want to basically attack anything, and as far as I'm aware, they target the eye rodent. So if I put something up there, like a tunnel basically, you'll get funneled down through there past maybe towers. Maybe we could do it that way, because they changed the game a bit so that the towers aren't like stationary anymore. The idea is you can set up your archers to actually patrol areas, which includes basically these towers now, whereas before you would assign somebody to a tower and that was it. They'd be stuck there. So you'd have people in towers and you'd have people in your archery ranges, but now you can have people assigned to your archery range who will then go out and patrol the towers, which makes it a bit better really, because otherwise you just felt like a bit of a waste having somebody just stuck in a tower doing nothing. Especially because like when people are working in these barracks, they get training. Speaking of which, I think there's something I need to fix, isn't there? Right, there's something I need to fix because nobody's patrolling. I don't know why they're all working there for some strange reason, because they're... I haven't said that. They're all going to HQ barracks too, that's why. That makes sense. I was wondering why they were doing that. It had me puzzled by it. Right, take that out. Yeah, it left me scratching. I'm thinking, why is everybody over here? It didn't make any sense. Just like, let me really scratching my head there. Right, I need to get them to patrol because otherwise people start getting a bit worried. Like, they go to bed and there's nobody around to watch them. So there should be a patrol marker there. So that one is... So that doesn't make sense actually, because there's a barracks right next to it now. I'll dismantle that. And I'll pick up the pieces because I'm going to build another one. So there's a barracks there, there's a barracks there. So that's covering those areas. So really I need probably a one over here. Or one over here. Right, so this one I'm going to rename. So that's a good thing about this, is you can set the name so it makes more sense. So at least then I know where they're going. Get a one over here. Put one down here. That's it there. Let's put it there. Oh. Let's get that one built. Right, so what is your problem? Everyone's got problems. What's your problem? You're cold, you need to warm up, you're starting to get hungry. Okay, so you need... Alright, you don't like being a worker. I get it. It's not exactly there. Well, I mean, there's some fun to it. Hang on a minute, I thought I renamed that. Yes, I did. Right, okay, so there's one there. Now, is that going to cover the farm properly? Yeah. So I want one probably up here. Because they reach out to there. That reaches out to... So there's a... I'm not too bothered about my house. So I'll put one up near the water then. Speaking of which... Right, so we want another flag over here. Right, I need some sticks. Is there some sticks lying around? Just anywhere, somewhere? Maybe, possibly. Well, it's these. We'll get some off these. It's quite a few of them just lying around there. Right. So I'll just rename that one to the water one, for example. And then I can get people to patrol these. Right, so that's just going to be water. So I've got some people working at night, some people working during the day. So although there's one patrol route, they don't all try to do the same route at the same time. So it's not causing problems for people who prefer to work at night. It's not like forcing all of those to then come out during the day, for example, because I've got somebody working in the day on this. That's quite useful, I've found. Graveyard. Oh yes, I don't need it. I know what that's for. Right. So there's the healer. Then we'll go over to the farm. Then we'll go over to the water. So they'll go out on a patrol. And that should be good for everybody who's out and about. Oh, now that's interesting. He's a night person. He doesn't have any specific perks, I must admit, but he does. I mean, like, he's not a crafts person, for example, which would have been good. He's not a... Yeah, I mean, he's not... Well, I haven't said that. Or is... Let's see. Let's put this back on the default. So he comes back under... Let's put it under workstation, because that might be a bit easier. So yeah, so he's doing nothing, basically nothing, but he could be good at planting because of that. He's not like a specialist in planting. Oh dear, that's not good. See, now the thing is, he could be good as a soldier. So what have we got over here then? I mean, these have all trained up. I mean, Ansgar, for example. See, Ansgar's got a green thumb, so he would be good as doing the gardening, but he's battle scarred as well. Now, she would be good, probably better for the fishing. Gardening, see, I could have signed, so he's not. Now, healthy lung, iron lungs. I run longer and I sleep more often. Might be better to swap them out. Right, I need to go and find him a bed first. Let's sort things out. It's not particularly good that I've got them in a shelter, I must admit, but I'm going to have a bit of a peek to see what we're doing over here, because if I've got anybody who's farming who isn't particularly good at it, I mean, they are better at farming. I mean, Astrid here is... So she's a blossom tender, so that makes sense. They've got a green thumb. They've got a green thumb. They're good at harvesting. So you could put more people in here, but I'd have to build more, well, more farms, basically. Just put that in there, because I don't have any more. Or at least I don't have enough. Right, I'm going to go and warm up by the fire. And I'll get back to clearing the place. See if I can get any more folks. But I could probably do with getting another cottage built. Oh no, there's a blizzard coming. Oh, fudgesicles. It's nearly -12 already. Jeez Louise. We'd probably start looking to see what we can do for better clothing. I mean, what are we hunting? I mean, are we not hunting the right things? Is there a lack of leather, for example? It could be a possibility if we're not making enough leather to get better clothes for the winter. I mean, we need more iron and so on to get better, like, armour. That sort of gear, but still the warmer clothes we can get just for the everyday villagers. Right, let's go back out here. Right, so what... Let's see, so you can make... So those basic clothes there that you can make. These are just decorations. I mean, I'm sure there was like a fur hat there, isn't there? Oh no, that's a cape. So that gives you 180 cold resistance versus 100. Now that needs cured pelt. So what are we doing in terms of... Have we not got any? Brings me back to the workshop, doesn't it? No, not the workshop, the warehouse. I'm just thinking that I've got like a warehouse over there that's a mixture of things. It's not... I should really have two. One that's dedicated to resources for crafting and what have you. Right, so leather scraps. So what have we actually got in here then? So you've got none. So where are they? That's the question then, is where are they hunting? I mean, there's a hunting marker up there. I mean, there's a hunting marker down there. So they're not going out to where the wolf bars are. You know, let's Where is that one that I just did? That's because it was it to the south? Yeah, it's to my south. I want to be heading south then. Because maybe that's part of the problem. They should be hunting things like wolfar, and then they can get... Yeah. I can hear you perfectly fine. I mean, good luck getting in there now. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to build this further out, aren't I? Right, tell you what. I'm going to need some sticks, and I'm going to need some rope. I should have... Why can't you rope on me? That's it. Yeah, I've got... Blimey, what happened to all this rope? Interesting. But if I can put that hunting... So that's a... It's not close enough. Because if you do that, it shows the radius. Oh, I completely missed. This is not going to work, is it? Right, so if I skin that, we should get leather as well as food. Oh dear. Hold on. I'm not ready. Come here. Come here, little rascal. Oh, we both took a jump there. Ow. Ow. Oh no! Oh no! I was using the knife. Oh, fudgesicles. Neither wonder that. I thought that wasn't going to plan. Right, okay. Right, so there's the food there. There's leather scraps. Or maybe it's the deer I'm thinking of. Maybe I should be getting it to hunt deer. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Yeah, I could have sworn we would be getting leather off these, but we're getting... Well, I got one leather scrap. I suspect it's the deer that I need. I'll put this marker closer though, because I think that's another part of the problem. Because if I look at that, that's not going near their den. I mean, their den is over here. Right, let's put that there. And as enthusiastic as I am to go and get a puppy, I think we'll give that a miss. And now, because they need a lot of food, shall we say. Right, we'll dismantle that. We can chop this lot up. Aha! Were you coming out to harvest the food, were you? Yeah, I thought as much. Let's chop this bit up. So hopefully they'll have better luck getting at least more scraps now, because that should bring them closer to the wolfar den. Let's see. Yeah, that encompasses that, so hopefully they'll do that. What's Thor doing out here? No, you're the warehouse, but why would you come out here? It's intriguing. Why have I got a marker out here? It's even more intriguing. Sif, what is Sif doing out here? Because you do crafting. Why are you coming all the way out here? Where on earth is she going? That's a bit bizarre. I am actually curious to know why she came all the way out here. Right, have I got any more? I don't have any food. Right, anyway, there's got to be a place somewhere where there's not so much the rabbits as the deer. I mean, there's plenty of rabbits around. Where else have I got them going? I mean, if I can find something around here, maybe give them somewhere else to congregate. Because I don't see so like a marker telling me where there's deer. I think that's what we need to be hunting to get decent leather. Yeah, I'm not hearing or seeing any. Right, let's go and grab some of these anyway. I think that's enough to get me one more person. Where are we? Oh, we're getting close to that, aren't we? I don't know if I really want to be anywhere near that. Yeah, I don't really want hunters keep coming past here. There's a deer over there. In fact, there's quite a few dead deer down here for some reason. Is that me? Could he have feet? Could he like football? And I was thinking, what there's that? Alright, I was going to see what we get off this thing, because that might give me a better idea. idea. So there's meat. Ah, now I know why. Oh, fudgesicles, I haven't got the proper knife. That's why. But it looks like there might be deer spawning around here. Let's put another... There's quite a lot on it. Yeah, that's interesting, that. I mean, it's not good for the deer, but it's useful for us, because if there's bodies lying around them, they can get... Hunter's going to go and get them. That's interesting, that. I've just suddenly dawned on me. I'm not getting anything out of these, because we don't have the right knives. We shouldn't have stone knives, we should have the iron ones. Duh. Completely forgot about that. Right, take a wander down. Ooh. Oh, doesn't really matter now. Take a wander along here, and I'll go and get something to eat. I'm going to have to leave the instructions to do some more work over here for the wall. But I also want to break this wall out. I wonder if I want to... Trouble is that... I mean, I could break it through here. Then I could put a gate in. That could be a possibility, actually. Right, go and get something to eat, and I'm gonna go and check and see if we're actually making any of the iron knives. Let me grab... I've got enough room for anybody. Yeah, I can spare enough room for one more. Another nighttime person. We'll go over the crafts person for a change. Because I'm going to need somebody ultimately down at the far end where the fishing goes on. To do with somebody over there. I mean, one person will work at, like, because the food goes on 24/7. Now, why are you not making enough? What's your priority here? I mean, how are you doing for... See, you've got tons of meat. Yeah, so they make the mussels, then the meat, then the mushroom, yet for some reason we were ending up with other things, so... Right, let's go and have a look-see over here. So we've got... Yeah, that's what I need. Right, so... Stop making the stone knives. Because that's not going to help. That's more of a hindrance. There's a large... Don't mind them doing those, but there's no... By having these little stone knives, it's causing more of a problem. I mean, presumably the hunters will be going out there with stone knives, and they won't be getting the leather for us. So that's a big problem. I don't really mind if everybody ends up with an inferior, so like pickaxe, so they can't chop down really good trees. That's not that big of a problem. Because eventually that tool will wear out, and then they should then be able to get a better one afterwards. So it's not as a priority. Whereas like with a stone knife, that's it. You just don't get anything decent out of a carcass. Yeah, that's better. It seems to take a few attempts to get it to work, but... So what I want to do is, I'm going to run a little job to get them to flatten here. If we flatten along here, then we could get a door in there. I don't know how big the doors are, I'll have to find out. We run it too wide. That's too far. Right, that needs extending as well. So yeah, if I can funnel things through that, kind of like a tunnel, I could have a tower on either side as well. I think that could be a good idea. Maybe there. Funny, if you're looking in that direction, it looks kind of straight. In that direction, it doesn't look straight at all. No, it's not. It's going off at an angle again. Never mind. Right. See if I can get them to do a bit more widening on this side. Oh, I haven't said that. Problem is, it's not my interest to widen it down there. I want to widen it on the inside. Yeah, I think it'd be better to widen it on the inside, because otherwise I'm going to be bumping up against that rock. Last thing I want is people climbing up the rock and then getting access to things. I'm going to be cutting it close because I'm going close to the well. We are no longer feeling well hydrated. Well, that's terrible. Probably kind of pointless because a lot of it's red. It's like trying to line it up is a bit tricky. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. At least at this stage, anyway. Oh, fudgesicles, there's a rock down there as well. Oh. Why do you have to go and do that? Why do you have to go and have these annoying rocks? Whose bright idea was that? Yeah, we're running into a rock. Grr. Right, this all needs lowering down, doesn't it? Try that. So it's like a block of... It's furthest I can get with a block that size. Right, so if we go for defences, so a village gate, plank wall, not plank wall, guard towers. Right, so if we put, does not contribute, it's not too sturdy, but it, okay. That's not too bad. Right, I'm going to have to clear this out, aren't I? Because these are going to get in the way now. Chop that one up as well. Oh, that wasn't the plan. Right, so the wall needs to run along there as well. I mean, if I can get a corner here, you know, quite a wide corner, one there as well, then you've got towers to... Yeah, that could actually be quite good, that. Now, the only trouble is this gate going to get in my way? No, seems alright. So if I run it up to maybe here. That gate looks a bit lopsided. I think I'll take that out. At least I know it's... nope, not that one. Take that out, because I want to flatten this anyway. So this needs widening, doesn't it? Except that's at a higher height. And what are my settlement issues? General, 22% of your structures are defenceless. I'm assuming that's going to be the where the fishing's going on, or will go on. Well, I do have a fisherman down there already, to be fair, but it's quite a few buildings down there for a little fishing community, and it's nowhere near ready yet. I mean, the buildings are done, but I think it's too cold. I need to make sure I've got enough food for the springtime before I bring it on stream. So for now, there's just one person going there. Well, there's also the marketer. Now that I think about it, so we've got one person doing the fishing, one person going gathering. The only trouble is I don't have anybody working in the warehouse down there. That's a downside. There's no heat down there as well. That's something else I need to factor in. It's not too far away, to be fair. Tempted to set up a kind of a fire and just keep it going for the sake of them. Yeah, that might actually be something. So I don't have anybody actually working on it, but at least I'll give them some heat. I haven't said that. I think they can go into the Yeah, I think they can go into the into a cottage. It could be something actually. Let's do that. Let's get one of these cottages up and running. So at least they've got somewhere to go. So I'll go and top that up. I think I'll go back and get some coal because it'll last longer. And I've got a surplus of that anyway at the moment. I'm going to be going that direction, don't I? Yeah. So whose sled is that? I assume that's the one who gathers the fish. Which is something else I need to do. Actually, I need to go back there and get the... make sure there's enough fish in the market to bring back here. Right, we're getting cold. Very cold. So this can all get removed out. I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to see if I can get a warehouse put in here. I can probably shuffle some things around. Yeah, that might be tempting actually, because if I can put a warehouse there, so we put the actual crafting resources there, and then I'll turn the one over close by here, wherever it is, yeah, the one that's just in front, turn that one into just basically for food. I think that would be better, because then I can keep people off the raw food. The only trouble is that I've got to set up a separate warehouse to store the finished food, if you will. Because then I can't have cooked food in a warehouse if people can't get access to it. Here's the downside. Because the alternative is to just only let them queue up at the where the actual food gets made. The problem with that is then you might run out a lot quicker because it takes time to make food. So yeah, I think I'll end up having to have like two separate warehouses to handle food. One raw food and one cooked food. But I can also turn it into other things. I mean, you could store maybe the clothes in there, for example, the tools and so on. Because everyone will need access to that. Firewood, all sorts of things you can keep in there. Right. Water we're okay on. I'll just top up on that before we go. I'm going to grab some... Well, there's plenty of water in there. Right. Grab some coal because I don't think I can store it there. That's the only drawback. Oh, can I get... Have we got any... If you've got any firewood, I'll grab that. I can't grab any more. Okay. Can I drop some sticks off, maybe? Or is that full? Yeah. Right. Trouble is, does coal go in the same place? Have I used up all the room for coal? Oh no. Right, so I should be able to then get that cottage going and keep it going for a while. I have a sneaking suspicion you can't store coal in the wood storage facility, which is kind of nuts really. Because when you get to this stage, it's better to have coal than it is, to be keeping a fire going with coal than firewood. It's a bit of a waste because I need the firewood for the making the iron. I wonder if they're coming all the way down here to get the fish. Right, let's just double check. So I can store firewood in there. Yeah, I can't store the coal in there. But I can add coal to the fire. It's very odd. And there's no point. Well, I could actually, there's a thought. Let's put some in here. So it's there in case anybody needs it. So I don't have anybody permanently based down here. Actually, that's a thought. Only one warehouse roof add-on is allowed on this building. I could have sworn you could do all of them. Oh, there it is. It's that one there. Right. Getting to build that. Right, how much food have we got in here? Because the trouble is, nobody's taking the fish from there and putting it in here. And nobody's going to be... So I'm going to have to do this myself until we get the place up and running. And I'm going to have to summon quite a lot of people by the looks of it. I think I'm going to need some like 10 people. Right, that's enough there. Put down there. Just out of curiosity, is there any spoiled food lying around? Resin. What's a thought? Can you make... You can make resin out of fish, you can make resin out of berries, and you can make... Not resin, you can make bait, I should say. I was getting a bit optimistic. I was thinking, ooh, I wonder if we can make any resin out of that. Make any bait out of the resin, I should say. Ah, right, so they're coming down here. Got you. That's why you're prioritising that. So I think I'll... Oh, hello. What's your problem? You don't have bait, do you? That's the irony. You don't have any bait. And some of the way to make bait is with fish. I would have thought they would have gone and gotten it. Well, yeah, if all they've got is raw fish, they're not going to pray it out of raw fish. They don't seem to break it up, which is a pain. Oh no! All that spoiled rope. Oh, that's tragic. No! It just spoils. Oh. Fudgesicles. This is not good. I may as well have just left it as flax. Because I kind of got a bit over enthusiastic with some flax at one point. just a bit. Oh no, we want it too wide, don't we? Is there something you need? I mean, I gather there is, but I've got to ask. Right, so can we then go from, say, here to there? That's not going to help. Right, we go from there to... there. So yeah, we'll be able to get a corner build up here. Now this is going to be tricky because we've got all these rocks in the way. That is not good. Minus 13. I mean, that's like, it's kind of cool, that. I'm just saying, it's kind of cool. Right, let's head up to here then. I mean, I need to run the... Yeah, tell you what, let's... We can run this a bit further along as well. Keep that at an even height. So we start over, say there, and get that trench running along here. It's only come to say here. Okay, that's not good. It's not a right angle. I'm thinking of leaving a bit of a gap, because the idea is I'll run walls along what'll be a tunnel basically. So they'll be funneled down through a kind of a tunnel. And then eventually they'll get into the main area. That's my train of thought. So that bit of that wall needs chopping down, doesn't it? I can get it to line up. Is that right? I mean, do I not want it wider? Yeah, I think I want it wider than that. Tell you what. We'll run it in, start an edge off over here. Yeah, we'll make this wider. Yeah, if we can get them to make it a bit wider, then we'll have a nice, kind of like a place to put a tower. I think that would be better. Now this, on the other hand, I want to make it lower. Because there's a bunch of rocks getting in the way anyway. There's no... I don't want to do that. There's no point having a wide wall. Crikey, I wasn't even close. Not even by a long stretch. But there's no point getting the wall to run to here, for instance, then it just... the whole thing just falls apart because there's a bit of rock in the way. Blimey, that's seriously well out. Yeah, that's probably better. It's just going to take a few... yeah, it's going to take a few passes to get that done. Right, just keep chipping away at this, and then what I should be able to do, hopefully, is then get probably get a dedicated warehouse set up. Because if I can do that, I think things will go a bit better. Right, there's nothing left to do, really. I can't see any more green bits to hit. Okay, well, you've taken that bit out anyway, so that's fine. Right, if we grab another little corner here. Right, get them to chip that bit out. Yeah, I think we can fit a warehouse in there, and that'll be a better place to put like finished products, or even just the raw products for the like the carpenter and metalsmiths and so on. I think that's probably a better strategy. Let's chop that down. It's very fussy. I mean, I do like the terraforming, but there are times where it can be like really fussy about something. It's like you've got all these little red cells that you just can't work on at all. And it's not like adaptable. Let's grab that one then. That should be better. Well, only in terms of durability, I must admit, but let's do that. And I'll set it about 2 wide. Still doesn't want to touch that. For some bizarre reason. Let's go in that direction. Except that's not going to work, is it? Oh, have I got any food? No, but I've got a lot of raw food that I can give them. Because given the choice, I'd rather have some meat soup. I just don't know why they're not like making any. Unless it's because there's a lack of maybe there's just like a lack of crops or something. Because as far as I'm aware, there were, I think they take one meat to 4 like vegetables. You don't have to though. I mean, you can just cook just nothing but meat. Because oddly enough, I think that's how I ended up learning the recipe. I just would throw in, say, like 4 pieces of meat, and that was it. Yeah, I learned the recipe that way. Right, so then there's this little section to chip out here. Oh, no. Right, so if we come from here... No, that's not going to take that bit out, is it, though? Yeah, they've got nothing to do. That's not a bad job. I've got nothing to do. Okay, well, you know. Not a lot you can do, really. You've got nothing to do. It's not particularly productive, but, yeah, you've got nothing to do. C'est la vie. Right. Come up to here and I'll get them to work on... I'll get them to work on over there, actually. As well. But yeah, I quite like the idea of having kind of like a bunch of turrets either side. Oh, we're going to fall off. That's the other trouble with the... That's the one... Probably one of the downsides of this tool, like terraforming, is you just can't jump once you actually start the process. It's just like, nope, I'm not letting you jump any higher. Well, you can't jump at all, basically. You end up like a ballerina. It's like doing pirouettes. We'll go in... Well, that's not going to achieve anything, is it? Realistically, if it's only 1 wide, it's not going to do anything. Right, that gives them that to do. Right, I'll extend this out then. Yeah, extend this one about a bit. Now, is that the... That's interesting. You're doing the fishing and you're looking for somewhere to warm up. Because I wouldn't care, I just built that. Oh, probably could go out a bit further. Feels slightly out, that. It's okay. Let's put it that way. It's okay. I was just waiting for the cook to finish, then I could probably put some just meat in. They don't seem to do that where they make meat soup with just meat. Because we've got like tons of spare meat. And yet they just don't do that for some strange reason. The recipe, even if I oh, we've got some water, some stuff being cooked down. What have we got? Nothing. Yeah, even if I learn the recipe, and that recipe is 4 parts meat to 1 part water, the recipe they end up using is 1 part meat. Which is a bit odd, really. grab some more water. There's a thought, actually, there's quite... Oh, that's interesting. There's 100 leather scraps, so they're not doing anything with the leather scraps for some reason. Right, have I got any meat on me? Because I can just put that away then. Oh no! I wasn't supposed to eat raw meat. That wasn't the plan. Oopsie. Yeah, bit of food poisoning. We'll survive. There was something I was gonna. Oh, that was it. So what are they doing with the? I'm sure there's something you can do with scraps of meat. Scraps of meat with scraps of. That's the rack. Place leather items here to process. You can't do anything there. Leather scraps. Ah, you can craft. Ah, so you can craft leather hide. But what we're missing is linen thread. Let's have a look. So you can make... Right, so you can make linen, you can make these, so... So if we go over to here... Right, so that gets me one leather hide. Now leather hide... So that goes on the curing rack to make a cured variant. So if you look at the clothing, so that needs, yeah, that needs cured pelts versus the hide. That would need linen and something else. Is not something these lot can do? No, it's one and the same. We haven't... Seems we haven't learned... Ah, no, that's a thought. These need upgrading. Ah, upgrade, yes. That gives you access to other things. So the... Got you. I mean, there's the dyes, but... So it looks like I'm going to have to upgrade them. That might make more sense now. I was wondering because it felt like there was things that were missing. I wonder if I can give them a task to then. I mean, they're supposed to be making sub-components themselves. So there's nothing in here to actually make. At least nothing I'm seeing in here to tell them. Go and make the linen thread. Go and make the pelts. The cured hide and so on. Well, that's just a crafting table, isn't it? Ooh, add a task. Let's make sure we've got some of them. Make sure there's some of them. I could do with somebody else here actually. So that might help a bit. But it looks like we're gonna have to do some upgrading. So I still need to work on the walls. It's kind of going in the direction I want it to go now. I think if we have like a tunnel, you've got to come in through a tunnel. At least then I'll be able to draw them into one place, whether I put the gate in or not, because ultimately they'll just smash the gate, but I could use it as a break, if you will, to at least give us time to group if necessary. Because otherwise they can be quite expensive to build, and that's the only trouble. and quite expensive to maintain them. But yes, I could definitely do with a warehouse. I mean, it's still winter, so it's a way off before we'll get the fishing going. So maybe that's going to be the focus. Is going to be things like the walls, the warehousing, and the upgrades, so we can start getting better gear. Of course, that's all for another episode.